What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel for another tactical collaboration with the amazing GYRFM. His links down in the description. 4-4-2 used to be the ultimate formation. It used to be used all the way back in the day. Sir Alex was there banging out the 4-4-2 week in, week out. So Gareth has created an amazing 4-4-2 formation that today we've tested with the likes of Manchester United, Newcastle United, Bristol City, Sheffield Wednesday, Roma, and Lyon to prove to you guys that it works not only at different tiers of English football, but also in different countries around Europe. So without any further ado, let's dive in to show you how good this tactic really can be. So then, guys, we kick things off in Italy. We are talking about Roma, who start the season with odds of 13-1 to win the league title. And with this 4-4-2 tactic, they have just about done it. They pipped Inter Milan to the title by just 1 point. 28 victories, 6 draws and 4 losses in the season for Roma, and obviously getting that 65 goal difference is very, very impressive, especially in Italy. Along with the 90 points, they also picked up the Europa Conference League, winning that one in the final, beating Spurs as well, so no mean feat, beating Tottenham in that final. Let's just have a little look. There is the 4-4-2. And goals from 𝘼𝙗𝙗𝙪𝙩 𝙈𝙚. I've ruined that guy's name, I'm sorry, dude. And Stefan Al-Shawari, very, very good. Looks like a dominant performance in the final as well, just by edging it. 2.27 XG to Spurs is 1.885. And obviously this is Tottenham, so it's a very difficult one to get the job done against in Europe. Knocked out in the third round of the Italian Cup by Empoli, which isn't the best, but in terms of league form, very, very good. 90 points, 17 goals for 𝘼𝙗𝙗𝙪𝙗. Let's have a look at him in all competitions. 28 goals in all comps for Tammy. Very, very nice performance for him throughout the course of the season. Now, as I mentioned, we have tested this with multiple teams in different countries, so let's head over to France. So usually in France, overtaking PSG is the main thing you've got to do, and Lyon start the season with odds of 20-1. They are the third favourites to win the Ligue 1 title behind PSG and AS Monaco, and with this tactic they even beat PSG to the title, which is unbelievable. 30 victories, 4 draws, 4 losses, including some that you'd like to think that if you were managing, guys, you would be able to deal with this, like losses to Montpellier, Rennes and Metz and stuff like that. If you're actually using this formation yourself rather than plugging the tactic in and going on holiday for the entire time like Gareth does in these tests, I think you could do even better. I mean, 94 points in that league is very impressive. The goal was to qualify for the Champions League, and not only have they done that, they've kind of excelled in that as well. Moussa Dembele scoring the goals here. I've used him in FM a lot recently, and he is pretty good. 39 goals, 14 assists. That is 53 goal contributions in 47 appearances for the number 9 of Lyon. And I think ultimately, guys, it's doing pretty good business, isn't it? As you can see, knocked out in the 9th round of the Cup by Monaco. Obviously, they are tipped to be the second best team in France, and they're knocked out in Europa League by Eintracht Frankfurt. What actually happened in here, just because I'm curious? They went out 1-0. So there you go, guys. It's not exactly like this tactic has been blown away. As I mentioned in the intro, we've tested this in England at varying different levels of clubs. So without any further ado, let's head on over to England and start with Sheffield Wednesday. So we start off with Sheffield Wednesday, who are the favourites to win Sky Bet League 1, but doing it convincingly is another matter altogether. Winning the league with 98 points, winning it by that 8-point margin over Oxford, comfortably inside the playoffs, but also picking up the Papa John's trophy as well, winning that one in the final at Wembley, absolutely annihilating Crewe 6-1. This one's very impressive, because if we expand the Sky Bet League 1 table all the way out, you can see 105 goals scored for Sheffield Wednesday, 60 conceded as well, but that is a massive goal return. Scoring 11 goals against Wycombe is no mean feat whatsoever. So a very, very nice debut for this tactic in England. We're going to step things up a little bit now, and we're going to head to the Championship. Into the Championship we go, and I've been saying this to Gareth for ages. I personally am a Bristol City fan. If he can get a tactic that gets Bristol City promoted out of the Championship, I would eat my hat. And it's time for me to serve up a hat, because Bristol City at the start of the season are 50-1 to win the division. Now, whilst with this they didn't win the division, they easily got promoted to they got promoted to the Premier League, 9 points behind Bournemouth. They did get 100 points in the Championship, which is mad for a team that is kind of tipped to be in that relegation scrap. 100 points for them. It did have 10 losses, 4 draws, but 32 victories for Bristol City, with Chris Martin dominating things there. If we expand the league table fully, we're in the middle of the playoffs because of when the simulation ends, but as you can see, 99 goals scored for Bristol City is very, very impressive for a team that is, as I said, pretty much tipped to go down. A season like this would be absolutely brilliant for me. I would be buzzing. A season in the Premier League, could not believe it. And we even outscored Bournemouth as well, which is massive. It just shows the level of parachute payments, I guess. So as I said, time to eat my hat. Well done, Gareth. You got Bristol City promoted out of the Championship. Let's head up to the Premier League. We're going to start things off with Newcastle United. So then we start with Newcastle United, and I know they've got loads of money, but I assume in this simulation that Gareth has done, he's not signed anybody. No, he hasn't. Okay, this is even more impressive. So without spending all of the riches that Newcastle have at their disposal, they've not signed anybody, and he's managed to get them up into 6th. So they have qualified for the Europa League. They will be going into Europe with 62 points, only 4 points behind Manchester City, knocked out in the 3rd round, the Emirates FA Cup by Liverpool, knocked out in the 4th round, the Carabao by Chelsea. This Newcastle team, you're kind of seeing it in real life right now, how bad, sorry Newcastle fans, how bad Newcastle are in real life right now, and with no additional signings to finishing 6th is absolutely ridiculous, guys. Callum Wilson coming in as the 2nd top goal scorer behind Cristiano in the Premier League is very, very impressive as well. Let's expand this league table out. 19 victories, 5 draws, 14 losses, 70 goals scored, 60 goals conceded. Bearing in mind, no additional transfers have been made to this Newcastle team. It finished above Chelsea. Somehow Leeds are qualified for the Champions League, which is nuts. 𝘼𝙗𝙤𝙪 going mental. But yeah, that is an insane result for Newcastle, getting the job done. And just out of curiosity, how did they stack up in the Premier League in terms of team stats? 4th highest goal scoring team in the division, which is mad. And doing very, very well in a lot of other stats as well. So we have one more stop on the tour. As I said, the man on the thumbnail was Fergie. He played a 4-4-2 a lot. This isn't really inspired by Sir Alex, but who better to have on the thumbnail than championing that 4-4-2 than Sir Alex Ferguson. So let's stop off at Manchester United. So then, guys, United are 5-1 to win the Premier League, and this tactic has just annihilated the league. I'm just going to bring you back in. This is the competition screen with the test with Manchester United. 104 points for Manchester United. 104. Liverpool got 99 points and got beaten again. But not only did they win in the Premier League, they won the Champions League. They beat Man City in extra time 4-3. They won the FA Cup and they won the Carabao Cup as well. So in the Carabao Cup, they beat Aston Villa 3-1 in that final. In the Emirates FA Cup, they beat Liverpool 2-1 in the final. So you can kind of see the sort of caliber here. And obviously beating Manchester City 4-3 in extra time. In that Champions League, Anthony Martial popping up and doing the work there in what was a very highly sought after final. Manchester City probably edging it just about, but United getting that job done. Goal from Ronaldo, 2 for Martial, and Scott McTominay getting things done there. Okay, so in the Premier League, let's expand things a little bit more. 104 points, 34 victories, 2 draws, which were away at Norwich and Watford, which again, if you're in control of this, you probably can mitigate. And then 2 losses away at Liverpool and away at Brighton, which is a very interesting one. This tactic, guys, phenomenal. High goal scoring. Let's expand this. 121 goals scored for Manchester United, which is the most by a considerable margin. Liverpool coming in second. They scored 30 more goals than that. As I said, very, very impressive. So it is now time to break down this tactic. This is GYRFM's Bassett's Brilliance. It was a 4-4-2. And obviously, Mike Bassett's England manager, for you guys who are old enough to know that reference, he said we will be playing 4-4-2, and this is the 4-4-2. So before we get into things, I'm just going to quick pick the best United 11, just so you can kind of see what players fit in this sort of formation and in this sort of setup, and you can kind of see how things go and how things work. We're going to go through and break down all the rules if you are playing on Switch, if you are playing on Xbox or anything like that. If you are on PC though, there is a download link in the description to FM Scout where this tactic will be saved, and you can download things from there and import it into the game. Easy as that. But for you guys who are unfortunate to not play it on PC, I couldn't play it on console or anything because of the depth that I enjoy. We start off with a goalkeeper on a sweeper keeper set to defend. Now some of these have additional instructions, guys. You will have to add them yourselves. The additional instructions are the ones with the red circle and the white cog, and you add them by clicking on this edit button, and in this instance it's ease off tackles and take fewer risks, guys. At some point in this video, if you need to pause it just to make sure that you have all the instructions completely as intended, please do so to make sure you get this up and running as good as you can. So starting off in the right back position, obviously it's 𝘼𝙗𝙤𝙪 𝙈𝙚 right here. He is on a support duty in a wing-back facility with the additional instructions of tackle harder, sit narrower, shoot less often, and cross from the byline. In the opposite fullback position, you have 𝘼𝙗𝙤𝙪. This is a fullback on attack. Much similar instructions. Get further forward, cross more often, tackle harder, sit narrower, shoot less often, and cross from the byline. Then we have the two central defenders who both have the same instructions. So 𝘼𝙗𝙤𝙪 and Rafa Varane just coming as central defenders on defend. So then we have a deep line playmaker in the midfield, which is Paul Pogba in this instance, with the additional instruction of tackle harder. He is a deep line playmaker on defend. Next to him we have a box-to-box midfielder on support duty. That is Bruno Fernandes with the additional instruction of tackle harder. On the right hand side, Jadon Sancho, summer signing, comes in as a inverted winger on attack with the additional instruction of tackle harder. Marcus Rashford is the man on the left midfield spot. He has cut inside with the ball and dribble more as standard as a inverted winger on support with the additional instructions of tackle harder, cross less often, and more direct passes. Now we have the dream team duo up top. As the false nine on support, we have Mason Greenwood. He has the additional instruction of tackle harder to go along with his dribble more and take more risks. And then the main man, up top, Cristiano Ronaldo, with the additional instruction of tackle harder and more direct passes as a advanced forward. Now this is a custom tactical style from GYRFM, so if you set this up yourself, it doesn't really matter. It just helps input stuff back into the setup quicker, basically. I will say though, with these tactics, guys, pay attention to the familiarity bar. It sort of really does dictate how your team gets to grips with the tactic, and don't expect things to work overnight. That doesn't happen. You can't just plug this tactic in, having the team not trained it for a long period of time and expecting it to work straight away. So with that in mind, guys, this is how you need to set up. It is a positive mentality. It's my favorite in this game as well, playing positive. And in possession, this is how you are looking. We are fairly wide in our attacking width. We are passing into space. We are playing out of defense with a standard passing directness. We also are playing at a higher tempo, low crosses into the final third, running at defense and being more expressive as part of that creative freedom. In transition, we are counter pressing and countering when possession has been won. We are taking our short kicks from our goalkeeper distribution, and then out of possession, guys, we are on a much higher line of engagement, a higher defensive line. We are forcing the opposition outside, and we are triggering the press much more often and preventing that short goalkeeper distribution. So that is the 4-4-2, the Bassett's brilliance from GYRFM. As I said, his links will be down in the description below. Please drop him a follow on Twitter and on Twitch, and go and jump in his Discord as well. I'll leave a link to that one down there as well, and tell him that Hood Gaming sent you. But that is where I'm going to leave things for today, guys. If you have enjoyed this 4-4-2 tactic that works at all levels of the English game, as well as in different countries across Europe, please do drop a like on the video down below. Subscribe to the channel if you are picking up content for the very first time. We are agonizingly close to that 10k mark now, and I'd love to hit it before Christmas. But until next time, guys, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and I'll see you on another one very, very soon.